Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friendly Differences 2.0. I am Solid Blue Sister.
And I am your outspoken one, the Dread Empath. How are you, Solid?
I am doing well. I am doing well. Guys, we are, this is not live. This is a pre-recorded show. And, we're going to start dropping videos during the week, about 10, 15 minutes long, where we are going to let you guys know that Black history and everything that went on then is still going on now. And there's just so much going on that we're going to try to cram into 1 month, even though we will continue to do it, throughout the year. But Dread, what do you think?
Well, I think that it's very important that we stay focused on Black history and the impacts that those who came before us had on trying to make things easier for us today, but highlighting their struggles from yesteryear and what we still go through today. Just because nobody's driving around, lynching folks on a daily, or not that we hear about, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen.
Well, not only that, you're also right, but this is also an election year. This is a very important election year, and I'm just going to talk to our Black brothers and sisters out there. I know that there's been disappointment, but don't we always get disappointed? So it's something that we expect and we know, and unfortunately, we are always having to deal with the lesser of two evil things. We always are in that spot, but we know what's more evil than the other one. So,
Right.
but in terms of Black history, um, even with the elections, we're going to be tying all this stuff up. We're going all the stuff that they don't want you to know. We're going to be tying up into what's still going on now, and it's important that we get out there and vote. That you understand, like Dred said, the ancestors that came before us. Um, but I have one other thing to say, but Dred, go on.
I hear so many of our people say that you know nothing has changed for Black people, and we've been voting for 100 years, or what have you. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Here's the thing: we still have to go out there and do it, because if they try to take it from us, or if they take it from you, then you're going to be bitching about it. So I get it. Again, it I have been Solid. I don't know about you, but I have been dreading 2024 because of the election year. We got Biden and we have Trump. It's like, do you want to sit in shit, or do you want to sit in a dumpster? That's how I feel. But I'm not going to waste a vote either, and I would encourage our people to please remember in Black history that someone had to die so you could vote. Someone had to lose a limb so you could vote. Someone had to fight so you could vote. You know, just remember that. Just remember that somebody had to sacrifice something. You can get up and go vote. And I'm not in the habit of telling people who to vote for, but don't let the $1,200 check that Trump gave you sway your decision. And don't let the media say how messed up the economy is, because just do your research before you start saying you're going to vote for somebody who has publicly said that they hate you.
Well,
Because yeah.
not only that is if you look at the voting rights, you know, Black people had the right to vote after. Well, actually, Black people had the right to vote in 1821.
Right.
Um, but then that was taken away. In the free states. And
Right.
then when we were freed, when Black people were becoming senators and what have you, they took the the right to vote away. So we had to wait until what? 1963, 65,
Yeah,
in
just
order
about.
to get that right back. And also remember, when it comes to women voting, that vote for women, it was for white women. It did not include
Right.
women of color. So,
Exactly.
considering that laws can be made and changed and what have you, just think that a law for someone who has put their blood, sweat, and tears and life into this country, that we have to have a law in order to vote, which means they can make a law for us not to vote, which they're already doing.
Right. And they have ways of going around that with gerrymandering and voter suppression.
Right.
If you don't know what gerrymandering is, please go look it up. It's just a loophole. It's just a different way for them to chop up certain districts in a certain state or county and say, "Oh, you live on this side of the state line, so you can't vote here." And they'll make you go, you know, across town or 10, 15 miles away to vote, and in certain rural areas that's not possible. So gerrymandering is just a way for them to um keep you from voting, and gerrymandering is very prevalent in African American, um you know in neighborhoods that are predominantly African American, if especially if it's a red state and they want to keep that state red, then that's where gerrymandering and voter suppression comes in. Solid.
Well, I mean, and you're absolutely correct, because once again, you also have to realize that these are the same people who made laws where, remember when, your great grandfather, your grandfather had to count how many jelly beans were in a jar in order to vote.
Yeah.
I mean, this was, or you had to be able to read and write in order to be able to vote. Fannie Lou Hamer, she was rejected, countless times because of the fact that her ability to read. But
Right.
she knew who she wanted to vote for. She knew, the names and what have you. So why do I have to be able to read to know that I want person A or person B? But this is what they
Right.
did to people of color. And this is what, these are laws that they can bring back. Not to mention that meanwhile, down the road, that white family who's poor as I don't know what and can't read, they can still walk into a polling place and cast their vote. So,
Right.
don't think that this is a racist rant, because it's not. What we're telling you is history. This is something that happened. This is not anything that we're making up. This is history. And unfortunately, the people who were doing the dirty deed happened to be one color against another color, who all they wanted to do was vote.
Right.
So,
And let us not forget, you know, unfortunately, we have some people that look like us that are not for us. They're not with us. And unfortunately, they're against us. Look at Tim Scott shucking and jiving, telling Trump he loves him, for Trump to humiliate him and say, "I can't believe Nikki Haley appointed you." He humiliated him in front of everyone, national TV, everything. So, and you know what? Tim Scott will still bend over and kiss the ring.
yes, he will. And I'm gonna bring up one other person, Omarosa.
Yes, Herschel Walker. We ain't heard from him since he lost, have we?
So all these black people who are running up, like you said, kissing the ring, and oh well, they gonna, no, 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 they're not. And one thing that I do want to say, to black people: respect yourself first. First and foremost, respect yourself first, because we tend to call each other out of our name, something that white people love for us to do. And for me, I do not allow people to call me the B word or the N word, because I am neither a dog nor am I less than human. And that N word was given to us by slave owners. because they consider us less than human. So why am I going to use that against my own people? Respect yourself first. Respect your own people, because we already know that they don't respect us. That's all I have to say is just respect yourself first.
And you know what, in Black History, we should be doing all these things year round, but you know what, it's already a slap in the face that they gave us the shortest month. Okay. And if I could give this knowledge to any, specifically to Black parents. I get on I get on YouTube every day. I get on TikTok every day. I might not comment, but I like and I watch. And they're saying that our children are in the 7th grade and they're reading on a 4th grade level. They're in the 11th, they're graduating high school, they're graduating 12th grade, and they can't read past the 8th grade level. Now, I understand that we all work, everybody has something going on, but please get involved with your children's education. We cannot afford for our children to go into this world ignorant. That does not work for us. Pardon my French. We cannot afford to fuck around and find out. We can't do it. So, I'm not, this is no shade towards Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, but please teach our children the back door of Black history. Teach them about the Nat Turners. Teach them about Dr. Khalid Muhammad, the bald head black man that gave them hell from the cradle to the grave. You get on YouTube, you'll find plenty of videos with Dr. Khalid Muhammad. He was the national chairman of the new Black Panther Party. Okay? There are so many black people that contributed to this country, built this very country that we walk around afraid in. So please stop dumbing down our kids. We have these phones. Look, we got them. We got libraries. We have libraries and encyclopedias in our pockets. There is no reason why our children first do not know who they are, do not love who they are, and do not take pride in who they are. And that's what Black History Month is all about, taking pride in yourself. Stop the colorism, stop the texturism. We are all black. If they want to, if they really want to try to, we will swing next to each other, light skin and dark skin. Solid.
As always, Dread, you you break it down. You break it down. And guys, that's what it comes down to. We have to know our history. And I say to anyone who still is lucky enough to have grandparents, great grandparents, ask them to tell you the stories, because there are a lot of stories that are out there. Start looking at photos and those black and white photos from yesteryear and say, who is this, and who was that? Oh, that was so and so, and that was so and so. And when you're taking photos yourself, I'm still old school. I still go to Walgreens and I get my photos printed out, and because I got the photo book and all this other stuff, whatever, and I am writing on the back of my photos who it is, the date, and what have you. Because I just like photo albums. I am old school. You
That
know,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
but aside from that, just we have to have the history. We have to have the history that either it's in photos, because let me tell you something. If somebody wasn't out there taking those photos of the
We wouldn't
Tulsas and
know.
stuff, then white America would be able to say it never happened. But it did happen.
Hey,
It
yes, it
it,
did.
it happened. You read bullwhip days, when you have the accounting of ex-slaves talking about the things that they went through, and you're looking at the scars on their back from Massa's whip and what have you. These things happen. The fact that, Harriet Tubman, when she passed away, it was in the 20th century, where she can, where photos can be taken and she can talk to people. This is important. Don't
Yes, it is.
allow them to take our history away, and don't give them a reason ever to call us stupid, because every time they call us stupid, believe me, we can pull up one of them that is stupid.
Woo!
Even the ones that are Educated, believe me, I talk to a lot of dumb people all the time,
Amen.
but I also talk to a lot of smart Black people all the time. So, we are going to be taking history, Black history, into a whole different direction this month. And hopefully, you guys will join us and come and listen and comment. If you disagree, agree, whatever, but we want to know what you have to say. Dread?
Yes, I encourage you guys. Any knowledge you want to drop onto us, we are. This is a learning podcast. She teaches me, I teach her. We want y'all to teach us while we're teaching you, because you each one teach one. We all have to learn as a people. So please drop it in those comments. FYIs, hey, give us some homework. I love to research.
Hmm. And if anybody ever wants to be we're changing the format somewhat of the show, but if you ever want to partake in the show and be a guest, friendlydifferences at gmail.com. And both of us are on TikTok. I'm Solid Blue Sister, and Dread is DreadEmpath 69.
Yep.
So yeah. So other than that, y'all, until and then of course catch us on Saturdays where we have a full show. But during the week, we're gonna have these little 10-15 minute shows, and this was just an introductory, and we're gonna be coming out with video and what have you. Some of it's gonna be very graphic, but these are things that you need to know, because again, this is an election year, and you need to know the truth, not what Ron DeSantis wants to pick and choose.
The truth.
So other than that, y'all,
Till next time.
peace.